Hey guys, this is Matt from MoPro Madden. So here we're looking at the verticals play from Gun Bunch. So the first version that I want to talk about is having a comeback on the weak side and a option route from the running back. This will give us some options versus man coverage or man press that we can look to while keeping the integrity of the four verticals concept. So what I mean is we still have four receivers going vertically up the field with the check down underneath. It's just now we have options versus man coverage. So if we read man coverage, we look to either the comeback or the running back underneath on the option route. So the next version of this play is to put McCaffrey on a check and release. So if you sense that they're going to blitz you, this is also a good versus zone. So if they blitz you, then he's going to stay, McCaffrey will stay in the block, the running back will stay in the block, and you'll still have your other option, obviously your other four receiving options. If they don't blitz, then versus zone, you still have the high-low concept in the case that they play cover four, which will cover four or cover two, which tends to give this play problems. This verticals concept is usually very good versus cover three, but it struggles particularly versus cover four and cover two defenses. So here, if they're playing zone coverage and they man up someone on the running back on the option, he will convert the option into an out route, which usually beats most linebackers. There, it's a corner, and he still beat him. Remember, versus cover three with this option route or cover four, it doesn't really matter. You still have this triangle read between the running back, the slot receiver on the crosser, and the tight end on the seam route. So it's basically those two inside linebackers. Your goal is to make those two linebackers wrong every time. So if they go with one of the other two options, you just throw it to the third option. And if they ever play hard flats or anything underneath, you can always hit that wheel route down the sideline versus cover three, cover two. The next option is a variation of what I've already shown in the previous video. I'll link in the description. So basically it's just, you have the drag, but now you're gonna leave Christian McCaffrey on his option, on his block and release curl route. So what's going to happen is now you still have 6 in protection. So if they blitz, then most likely Christian McCaffrey will stay in to block and pick up that blitzer. Same reasoning. You just slide left if you think the pressure's coming left. Slide right if you think the pressure's coming right. So the reads are just as the same as I listed before. So you're going to look to the wheel route. If that gets open, if it's man to man, then you're going to look to see if that guy gets open right away. If it's not man, if it's like zone, then you're going to go from that wheel route to the seam route from the tight end. If that's the tight end, will most likely get open if it's cover three. If it's cover four, then you're probably gonna have to check it down to the drag route coming across. So it's kind of like a flood. So we're flooding the right side of the field. You also have the crossing route as a high-low check down. Because we don't have a route on the left side that's gonna pull any deep defenders, right will probably be covered 9 times out of 10. The only time he'll be open is if they blitz, and he'll be open right away. It's not great versus man. Versus man, you're gonna have to throw you're just going to have to kind of body position throw him. So he's going to most likely be covered if it's man coverage. The only way he might get open is if he's just that much faster than his defender, or if you can just throw a low ball. Here we could have thrown the drag route, he got open, but say, you know, they're playing kind of a max coverage defense, like here versus cover 2, you can still, you know, buy time and throw it back to that wheel route. Sometimes if you read cover 4, you can just throw the ball away, but if you're confident in your receiver's ability, sometimes it doesn't hurt to try and, you know, put it, you know, somewhere where only your receiver can get it, and then just live to fight another down. Here versus cover 2, the linebacker is going to match the crossing route, and if I don't have any other options, it doesn't hurt to try and, if you can find somewhere to put the ball where only your receiver can make a play, then that's also a good option. Now here I'm showing you if they try to like play kind of max coverage, man up the slot, the drag route, then you can still throw that, you know, versus cover 2, you can just wait for that wheel route to get open down the sideline and just try to fit it in that hole between the corner and the safety. Versus cover 2, we also have the option of throwing the tight end on his seam route. You do have to kind of wait for him to get past that vertical hook defender, but if you've got a good, you know, a tall tight end, sometimes it's worth it to try and make that play. The purpose of this variation is to attack cover 2, so what we want to do is we want to put the tight end on a streak route. His seam route, his original seam route, kind of goes towards the safety in cover 2. With this adjustment, he runs more down the middle of the field and is in better position to make a catch down the middle of the field, splitting the safeties. What I like about this version is even versus cover 4, you're going to be in good position to kind of split the safeties. Also, you can go empty and put the wide receiver, the running back, on a drag so that you still have a high-low read. So basically, you know, you read the vertical routes. If any of those routes are covered, then you just try to find a way to check it down to the running back underneath. I don't show it here, but that streak route versus cover 4, that adjustment will put the tight end most likely in a great position to kind of split both of the safeties in cover 4. I know it looks like cover 4 should be able to cover that, but just kind of the positioning of the tight end between the safeties and just the way the safeties fan out, especially in a cover 4 drops zone, it just puts that tight end in a great position to make a play in between those safeties. The next version of this play is what I would like to call stick. So what we want to do here is basically, it's that simple. So we just want to put him on we want to put the tight end on an out route, which is going to basically flood the flat area on the right side, on the strong side of the formation. So we're going to read the wheel route. If we get man coverage, we're going to throw that wheel on its double move. If he gets open, if he doesn't get open, then we just check it down underneath to the tight end on the out. That will force one of two things. Either the hook defender or the curl defender is going to have to jump on the out route of the tight end. Usually there's going to be some kind of area that you can throw it. You don't have to wait till he gets to the sideline. As soon as he breaks, if he's open, you can just throw it to him and possession catch. So just like there. You don't have to wait till he gets all the way to the flat. So I'll just show it one more time. You don't have to wait till he gets all the way to the flat. You can just flow through it there. And that's kind of our way. That's like if we just need 3 or 4 yards, or if we just want to, if they're blitzing us and they're, you know, or they have good pass rushers and we want to annoy them, we're going to force them to cover that area for 4 yards a pop. So it's kind of like a stick concept. So this is great versus zone, and the great thing about the out route is versus man coverage, most of the times the tight end will win on an out route versus man. We can also smart route it so that the wheel route will take any flat defender all the way to the sideline, and then we can throw the out route in a hole in between the hook defender and the flat defender. So it kind of takes some good timing here. Alternatively, we can also motion this guy out. And this is just versus cover 3. We can always, that is always going to be there for us.
Here we go. 60 or shoot.
So you're gonna always have that running back underneath. If the linebacker covers the crossing And remember, even versus cover 2, like if that corner's flat foot, even if he's in a cloud flat, you can just, if he's not running with it, you can just throw that. The corner's going to be in bad position, so the best he's going to be able to do is try to like break it up. He's going to be out of position if he's not running with it. As you can see there, his hips are basically flat to the line of scrimmage, so that means you can throw it. Versus man, obviously you can throw that wheel all day. This is where ratings matter. So versus, if you get caught in this version of the play versus man coverage, sometimes that tight end you can throw back shoulder, and that's where kind of the ratings will matter. You want a tight end who can make a spectacular catch. That's where sometimes if you get out schemed, sometimes it's at that point it comes down to who can execute on the play. Can you make that throw against the leverage?
Any ideas?
Hey guys, thanks for watching. The written guide for all these plays, I know it was a lot, will be in the description below on my Patreon page. If you join now for, I think I'll set it for $1 as the minimum donation. So I'll be releasing the guide in basically I want to say by the end of, before the Christmas promo, the complete guide will be done for the Panthers, the full Panthers playback offense and defense. So If you join now for $1, anyone who joined, I will guarantee that you get the guide for free. The entire guide, which is going to be tons of plays on both offense and defense for you to, go through. So thanks for watching, and let's continue building this channel. Thanks.